Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, stacking the money green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice being brought to you by BetMGM. Use our promo code JUICE and get a risk-free bet up to $1,000 on first deposit. Hey, what do we got here? We got the NFL Divisional Round Playoffs. Oh, man. I realize I'm giving out 2 picks for the sides. 2 of my favorite props, although actually 3 props. They're all, one of the props is kind of an insane prop, for the degens in the back, those who practice the dark arts. I will be giving out my first touchdowns exclusively on the Discord, bettingpros.com/chat, so get in there. I'll be tossing some of those out as we get closer to kickoff. And yeah, I'm jacked. It should be a great weekend of football. And by that, I mean the Philadelphia Eagles rocking my Birds shirt. Go Birds. Maybe I'll pick the Giants. Stay tuned to the show. Like you're going to tune out of a 10-minute show. Come on, you can make it to the end. All right, going to plow through the recap. 2-1, back-to-back winning nights. That doesn't, that's good. Winning is good. There's my analysis. Knicks +4. That was the only loser of the night. They lost outright 139-124. The Atlanta offense is it was just way too hot. And Knicks, they're usually pretty good road defense, but they let up 139 points. So Atlanta just shot the lights out. So again, you're going to run into those buzzsaws. Still like the Knicks as an auto play on the road. And speaking of auto play, Nets +6.5. Whatever you. Just fade the Jazz as favorites. You just got to do it. Nets won outright, 117-106. Again, kicking myself for not taking the money line. If you like the dog, you should like the money line as well, especially in an NBA regular season. And, of course, the Lobos. What a crazy game. What a crazy sweat. I didn't see what the line closed at, so hopefully you got that -1.5 because it was a crazy game. They ended up winning 81-79 in overtime. Back and forth game, but again, I thought the home crowd, they close it out strong. They did. They were up 3. Somehow they let Degen Hart, who normally, a guy like has Degen in his name, I'm immediately rooting for him, but he just nails a wide open 3 to send it to overtime, and then Lobos end up surviving. But man, did that. It was just an incredible sweat, and that's all I'm looking for. And honestly, in gambling in general, give me a great sweat, and then ending up on the nice side of the result is always awesome as well. Mountain West has been really good college basketball so far this year, and Boise State, they played a good game. So nothing to take away from that Boise State team, and New Mexico as well. That Mountain West Conference tournament is going to be fun, and it'll be interesting to see what teams make the tourney. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Hey, before we get to the NFL picks, shout out to Betting Pros Premium. That's right, youtube.com/bettingpros. Hit subscribe, comment on this video with why don't we check back in? Favorite Super Bowl future? Still time to get in on some Super Bowl futures. What is your favorite Super Bowl future? And again, every comment on the videos is a chance to win a 1-year free premium upgrade to Betting Pros. Again, tons of amazing tools over on it. I use it all the time. I use it before I start working here. bettingpros.com/upgrade. Bet smarter, not harder. All right, here we go. Let's get to the picks. Jaguars at the Chiefs. I know God hates Jags, but I'm riding the Jags. Jags +9.5 at the Chiefs for 2 units. Doug Peterson as a dog in the playoffs. 6-0 ATS. 5-1 straight up. Are they going to win outright? Probably not, but I think there's a sliver that the Jags do something crazy here. I do just like this spread, though. I mean, this feels just way too high for a Chiefs team that they play with their food, right? We've seen that all season. And even historically, Mahomes as a favorite of 3.5 or more, 30, 36-1. And you think about how many wins this guy has. And just when the spread gets too big like that, it's tough to get these massive covers. And the Chiefs are kind of a sloppy team. They've had 5 fumbles on punt returns, losing 4 of them. Last time they played the Jags, they turned the ball over 3 times. The Chiefs are 3-5 ATS at home. They just struggle to cover as a favorite of more than 7 points. And they really share a lot in common with the Bills, right? Like, to me, this kind of feels similar to that Bills-Dolphins game last week, where did you think the Dolphins were going to win outright? Probably not, but that 13.5 was insanely high, and we've seen Mahomes turn it over. We've seen Josh Allen turn it over. They get a little cute, they force it, whatever it is, and you can throw on this Chiefs team, right? They're 20th in pass DVOA, so I think the back door will be swinging wide open. It's easily a look-ahead spot, I think, for the Chiefs, if that's possible in the playoffs. And again, Jags have nothing to lose. I think they hang around in this game, at least make it a game, and I think 9.5, just a hair too high. This feels like maybe an 8-point game, at the very least 7. And yeah, like, if they're down 14 late, I really think they can get some garbage in there as well. All right, my favorite prop of that game. Give me Noah Gray anytime touchdown plus 500 on FanDuel. If you listen to the show, I'm a tight end specialist, especially backup, no-name tight ends. Although, if you're following the show, maybe even diving deep, getting into some Noah Gray bets. Andy Reid, loves to get cute near the goal line. Extra week to scheme up some interesting plays. Jody Fortson, the other backup tight end for the Chiefs, he's out. And I think that was, I actually got this earlier in the week. I didn't realize it was going to shift so much. I had it at plus 650, and then it moved to plus 500. I still love it at plus 500. And I think it was related possibly to Jody Fortson. I'm still trying to figure it out. Mecole Hardman is out. And Noah Gray, I mean, he plays 55% of the offensive snaps. He's had a catch in every game he's played, and at least 2 targets in a bunch of games, except one game. One game he only had 1 target, 0 catches. And the Jags are the worst team in the NFL at defending the tight end. Now, obviously, Travis Kelce, those receiving props, those touchdown stuff, that all looks good. But I like Noah Gray here. Noah Gray has 1 touchdown on the season. You know who it came against? The Jacksonville Jaguars. So Noah Gray, anytime touchdown, plus 500 over on FanDuel. Moving to the late game. Man, this would be great if I just took Giants money line. I'm not. Because I'm a plus CV vetter. I know value when I see it. And the value is in the Philadelphia Eagles. Giants at Eagles. Give me the Eagles minus 7.5 for 2 units. You know what? It's the Giants. Let's bump this up to, we'll call it 4 units. Go Birds. The team, there's a big narrative of, oh, it's so hard to beat a team 3 times. But then when you actually look at it, it's really not. Teams going 2-0 in the regular season versus that same team, 15-9 in the third matchup for the team who's 2-0, and 14-5 when that team is hosting the third matchup. So maybe not as hard as people think. Eagles lead the league in sacks with 70. You've seen the Giants. They have a weakness at right tackle, a.k.a. Evan Neal. They also Eagles got fortunate with a Clete Blakeman ref assignment. Eagles are 13-1 in games he's refed, if you want to go full-on conspiracy theory. Eagles have the number 1 pass defensive DVOA. They're number 3 overall in DVOA. The Giants are last in DVOA of playoff teams with 20. I mean, again, obviously I'm a Giants hater, and I didn't think they would come this far this season. Dable's a really good head coach. Daniel Jones played better than I expected, but this Eagles team is still really good. Jalen Hurts is 14-1 as a starter this season. Like, they had that one crazy game against the Commanders at home where everything went wrong. The receivers fumbled and crazy outlier stuff. And then other than that, he won every game. Now, I know the spread's at 7.5. You could make a case it's insulting. Everyone is taking the Giants. 68% of the bets are on the Giants. Remember, public dogs have fleas. Jalen Hurts, he's off the injury report. Lane Johnson is starting. Everything's coming together for this well-rested Eagles team with a real chip on their shoulder. Give me the Birds, minus 7.5 for 4 units over on BetMGM. Hey, all right, here's where we get crazy. Okay, now you guys are cool, so you're not gonna judge me. I can come out as a man who likes some crazy backup tight end stuff, right? We just did it with Noah Gray, and we're going to go back to it here with the backup tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles, Jack Stoll. Jack Stoll, anytime touchdown, 17-1, putting a half unit on that. And if you really want to have an incredible sweat, well, hopefully the first leg hits, but Jack Stoll, anytime touchdown, parlayed with Noah Gray, anytime touchdown, half unit on that. That pays 107-1. All right, gambling's an entertaining thing. I gamble, so I like that rush. I like the thrill. Again, if you want 3% return, put your money in a CD. We're having fun on the NFL divisional playoffs. Giants are right up there with the Jags. You can make a case they're the worst team against the tight end. We just saw what TJ Hawkinson did to the Giants defense, like back-to-back games against the Giants. He just lit them up. Again, I like the Goddard stuff as well, but I just similar handicap to Andy Reid. Nick Sirianni, extra week to prepare. Maybe they don't want to run Hurts near the goal line. Get a little cute here. I mean, Stoll has been out there for a decent number of snaps. I think in that Week 18 Giants game, he was out there for almost 40% of the snaps. Now, is he getting a ton of targets or looks? No. But that's why he's 17-1. That's why it's fun. Jack Stoll gets his touchdown. Noah Gray gets his touchdown. We become millionaires, possibly billionaires. But I love this anytime touchdown for a half unit at 17-1, and then the parlay half unit for 100-1 because we're trying to win some money here. Eagles -7.5 for 4 units over on BetMGM. Noah Gray anytime touchdown plus 500 over on FanDuel, and then the Jags +9.5 for 2 units over on Sugar House. Hey, as always, BetMGM.com, promo code JUICE. Get the $1,000 risk-free bet on first deposit. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Shunty Green. Check out my other podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast. Just did an hour-long episode of props. Me, my co-host Ryan, Katie Mox doing just our favorite props for the entire weekend. I'll be bringing some of those on this show as well, obviously. But if you want a long-form show, that one was a fun one. Hey, you guys know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.